Welcome dear students. Now we will start with our unit number 2 of turbo machines. It is impulse water turbines. The title is impulse water turbines. In this we will discuss hydroelectric power plant and its basics, and then we will see the classification of water turbines. Water turbines, hydraulic turbines may be defined as prime movers that transform the kinetic energy of the falling water into mechanical energy of a rotation of a shaft, and whose primary function is to drive an electric generator, right? So in hydraulic turbines, basically transformation of energy takes place from water energy into mechanical energy. The water energy is in the form of potential energy and kinetic energy. So that is converted into mechanical energy, that is the rotation of a shaft of a turbine. Now there is a one fact, 1 meter cube of water can give you about 9800 joules of mechanical energy for every 1 meter it descends. Okay, when a 1 meter cube of water descends down by 1 meter distance, moves in a downward direction by 1 meter distance, it gives you 9800 joules of mechanical energy. That is the understanding. Similarly, a flow of a 1 cubic meter per second in a fall of 1 meter, in a vertical fall of a 1 meter, can provide you 9800 watt of a power, right? Hydropower is essentially a controlled method of water descent. Descent means the flow in downward direction. It is a controlled method of water descent, and it is utilized to generate power in a hydroelectric plants. So these plants, hydroelectric plants, utilize the energy of water falling through a head. Falling through a head means a vertical distance that may vary from few meters to few hundred meters or even 2000 meter. So water falls down through a vertical distance, and that vertical fall of a water, that distance is called as a head. Okay, the term which we studied in fluid mechanics, pressure head, right, in terms of meter of water. So this head can range from few meters to around 1500 to 2000 meter. So this is around 2 kilometer. Okay, this much heights can be available over the surface of the earth, where the water can have this much heads. To manage this wide range of heads, many different kinds of turbines are employed. Different types of turbines are designed to work with these varied heads available naturally, okay, which differ in their working components. So the design of the turbines are different. The main components of a hydroelectric system may be classified into two groups. So the main components of a hydroelectric system can be grouped as a first group as a hydraulic system, and the second group of components as electric system. In a hydraulic system, components include the turbine and associated conduits like penstocks. Conduits means the pipes which carries the water or any liquid, then the tunnel and surge tank and the different control system of a hydraulic mechanism. Electric system components are formed by the synchronous generator and its control system. Okay, so generator is an important part of a electric system of a hydroelectric plants. This slide shows you the very basic construction of a hydroelectric power plant. So, overview. The first and foremost important component is dam in a hydroelectric plant. A dam is constructed across a river generally to form a very large reservoir of a water, okay, which stores millions of liters of water, and this is constructed and built at a higher elevation, right, while the water turbine is installed at a lower elevation down the hill. Okay, and the place is called as powerhouse. So this is a powerhouse where turbine and the generator are installed. The water from the dam is flown down through the tunnels and also through the conduits, closed conduits. Conduit means a closed flow passage like a pipe. Okay, so here these conduits are called as penstocks. So penstock that carries water from the reservoir up to the turbine where it is used to drive the turbine, right. After transferring the energy to the turbine, the water is discharged to the tail race side. The discharge side of water of a turbine is called tail race level, and this is known as head race level here in the dam. Head race, tail race. Okay. The water stored in the dam has a potential energy, and as it flows down through the conduits, partly the potential energy is converted into kinetic energy, right, and also it has a pressure energy or a potential energy. So this fluid energy is transferred as a rotation of the turbine, and that rotation of a shaft of a turbine is known as mechanical energy. The water does work on the turbine, and there is an energy conversion process from fluid energy to the mechanical energy of rotation. The turbine is coupled to the generator, and generator will convert mechanical energy input into electrical energy as an output, right. The electricity produced has a low voltage, so it is struck up using a transformer that will step up the voltage. So the resulting high voltage current is transmitted by means of a transmission lines. These are known as power grid lines. Okay. So this is regarding basic elements of a hydroelectric power plant. Now we will see the actual photographs of these parts of a hydroelectric plant. So this is the overall view of a dam constructed, and here this is the reservoir. Okay, this level of water in the reservoir is headrace level. It has a higher elevation as compared to tailrace level. Dams are generally made up of concrete. These are big constructions of a concrete which are built to store large quantities of water. Thousands and millions of liters of water is stored by building a dam of a concrete. There is a kind of a intake system provided in the dam like this. There is a provision of a sieves or a mesh that will filter the water as the water enters into this intake system. So this water is ultimately enters into the penstock. So this is the third element, that is penstock. Penstock are nothing but the pipes of a big diameters. These are either made up of concretes or they are made up of steel plates. So these are steel plate pipes having diameters 1 to 2 meter in magnitude. So they transfer the water from the dam down the hill up to the turbine, and the penstocks are supposed to carry a very high pressure of water. Then the most important element of a hydro plant is a turbine. Okay, a water turbine. There are different types of water turbines which are employed in power generation. The turbine shaft is directly coupled to the generator shaft like this. Okay, and the water flows through the blade passages of a water turbine. While flowing down, the work is done by the water on the turbine. So the turbine will start rotating. This rotational motion of a turbine is given to the generator. Generator produces electricity. So these two elements are installed in a powerhouse at different floors, at the different levels. So this is a floor of a generator. It is called as a generator floor or a generator platform. You can see here. The operators can have access to the various parts of a generator and they can operate and maintain it. The turbines are installed on the lower floor, lower elevation below the generator. Transformers are employed to step up the voltage so that high voltage line can be transmitted. High voltage currents can be transmitted. Next is the tail race side. Tail race side is nothing but the discharge side of a water turbines, where the water is discharged out, okay, after utilizing the energy of the water. So it is the tail race canal, and further the water can be used for irrigation purpose once it is used in driving the turbine. One can find a small powerhouse like this, where a very small water turbine and generator is installed in a hilly region so as to produce electricity to be used in the remotest of areas of a hilly region. Now let us see the classification of hydraulic turbines. So we have different parameters of classification. The first parameter is according to the type of energy available at the inlet of a turbine. The type of energy available. The water turbines are classified as impulse water turbine and a reaction water turbine. In an impulse water turbine, water has only kinetic energy at the inlet of the turbine. Okay. Example of this is a Pelton turbine. The famous one is Pelton turbine. Then Turbo impulse wheel, Girard turbine, Bunke turbine and John Wall turbine are some of the impulse turbine examples. Reaction turbine. The second part is a reaction turbine. So at the inlet of a reaction turbine, water has both kinetic as well as pressure energy or potential energy. Kinetic energy as well as pressure energy at the inlet of a reaction turbine. Examples of turbines are Fourneron, Thomson, Francis turbines, propeller turbine and Kaplan turbine. The Francis turbine is the one which is in use in 21st century. Also Kaplan as well as propeller turbines. Now, according to second parameter, according to the direction of flow of the fluid through the runner. We can classify the water turbines into 3-4 groups. First is tangential flow water turbine, then radial flow water turbine, then next is axial flow water turbine, and the fourth one is mixed flow type of water turbine. This is easy to understand. Tangential flow means water flows along the tangent to the axis of rotation of the runner. So the water has a tangential flow in the runner. Example is Pelton wheel. In a radial flow turbine, the water flows in the radial direction through the runner along the radius. It is either inward radial flow type or a outward radial flow type of turbine. The inward radial flow turbine, the water will enter at the outer circumference of the runner and it flows radially towards the center of the turbine. That is inward radial flow. The famous example is Old Francis turbine, also Thomson turbine. In outward flow radial turbine, the water enters at the center of the runner and it flows towards the outer periphery of the runner. Example of outward radial flow turbine is Fourneron turbine. Then third is axial flow turbine, where water flows through the runner in a direction parallel to the axis of rotation of the runner. It is a pure axial flow parallel to axis of the runner. Famous examples are propeller turbine and Kaplan turbine. Also John Wall turbine are axial flow turbines. In a mixed flow type of turbines, the water enters the runner at the outer periphery in the radial direction, but it leaves at the center in the direction parallel to the axis of rotation. It means the water has changed its direction of flow from the radial entry to the axial exit from the runner. The example is modern type of Francis turbine is a mixed flow type of turbine. Now third criteria, according to the head available at the inlet of turbine, we have classification of water turbines. Head means what? It is the height available between the water level in a dam and the tail rest side, discharge side of a turbine, the vertical height, that is called head. So first type is high head turbine. So these are working under very high heads. Usually these are more than 250 meter of water. 250 meter to 1500 or 2000 meter of water. So those are the ranges of a high head. Medium head turbine works in a range of 60 meter to around 250 meter. Example of such a turbine is modern Francis turbine. Okay, it requires relatively large quantity of water. Modern Francis turbine. Pelton turbine is an example of a high head turbine. It requires relatively less quantity of water for its operation, but the heads are very high. And the third type is low head turbine. It works with the heads less than 60 meter available at a particular geographical location. Okay, head of a turbine depends on the geographical location of a hydro plant. Examples are Kaplan and propeller turbines, which require relatively very high quantities of water. Means volume flows are very high, but the heads are very low. Okay. Next is classification according to specific speed of the turbine. Now specific speed is the speed of a geometrically similar turbine which would develop unit power when working under a head of 1 meter, when working under unit head. Specific speed concept is it has a symbol like NS, and the formula is this: NS equal to N root P upon H raised to 5 by 4, where N is the working speed, P is the power output in kilowatt, H is the net head in meters. This is one of the criteria to compare the water turbines, that is specific speed. So based on it, we have low specific speed turbine, medium specific speed turbine, high specific speed turbine. Low specific speed has specific speeds in the range of 8.5 to 50. Medium specific speed is the range 50 to 255. High specific speed ranges are 255 to 860. ठीक है. Example of low specific speed turbine is Pelton wheel. For medium specific speed, example is Francis turbine. For high specific speed, examples are Kaplan and propeller turbines. Next criteria of classification is according to the name of the originator. We have three names. Pelton turbine, it is named after Lester A. Pelton, an American engineer. Okay. Francis turbine, it is named in honor of James B. Francis. He was too an American engineer. And third is Kaplan turbine, it is named after the Austrian engineer Victor Frank Kaplan. Last criteria of classification is based on the disposition of the turbine shaft. It essentially means the vertical position, the axis position of the shaft. For high capacity ratings, the vertical disposition of shafts are used. Okay. While for low capacity ratings of a turbines, horizontal shaft positions are preferred. Because if the capacity ratings are more, then what happens is the vibrations will be more. So that's why it is better to keep the axis vertical in that case. While for low capacity, the horizontal shafts can be preferred. Okay. Thank you.